Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Sanjoku. Welcome to the second official episode of The Nation's Voice. This show is seriously all about you guys. I'm going to start putting it out there on Thursday nights. I want you guys to be able to get your opinions out there. If you're catching it live, jump in here, man. Jump in here. I'll read out your comments, let people know what you're thinking. And then if you're not in here right now, leave it in the comment section so that way I can go ahead and respond to you guys. And I think I'm going to do a follow-up show to this show where I pretty much just go out there and read the comments and just see what you guys are thinking, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say out there, because the nation is pretty divided, and it's up to a lot of us to go ahead and just hear each other's opinions and just kind of move forward on it and just kind of see what we're going to do. Before we jump into it, if you guys did not see Mike Mayock's interview that he had on the Raiders channel today, the shit was priceless. I'm telling you right now, that dude is not going anywhere. He is going to be a part of Raider Nation for a long, long time. I am happy as shit about it. That interview really spoke volumes about the way this team is headed. So be sure you guys definitely check that out, because it's going to be a huge factor for this team moving forward. I really think that dude is a true genius. And I think he's going to end up doing some really, really big things for us. And I think this team is truly headed in the right direction. But the topics I have out there for you guys tonight, we're going to talk about Max Crosby. We're going to talk about Josh Jacobs. We're going to talk about our desperate need for a number one receiver. I know I mention that all the time, but I never actually break it down as to why we need one. And I want to hear from you guys just to let you know, or just to let me know if you think I'm right about it, because I think that's one of the main things that we're missing on this team. And then the fourth thing we're going to talk about by popular demand is Darren Waller. This dude has the potential to be a true superstar. And I really think he can do it. I really think he can be up there with Kelsey and the rest of those guys. I know he was this season, but I think he's going to be one of those players that has the consistency to really help carry this team to the next level, and that's going to end up being huge for us. He had surgery, I think it was on his thumb, but he's going to be totally good to go for next season. But he was another dude that we had out there. Oh, what's up, Oregon? He's another dude that we had out there that was injured and still playing for us. And we had so much of that this season. I really think it was holding us back a good bit. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump straight into this, because I don't like to waste too much time. If you guys are new to the channel, please do subscribe. I truly do appreciate that. Plus, you'll be able to jump in on these Thursday night shows and hang out with us and have a pretty good time. The first thing we're going to talk about is Max Crosby. This dude, Mayock said in his interview today, went above and beyond all expectations that we had for him. He had 47 tackles, 10 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 4 passes deflected. This dude was a machine, like a true machine coming through this season. And I really want your guys' opinions on him. And I'll tell you right now, one of my biggest fears about Max Crosby is that he's going to end up being damn good. Like, damn good. And Gruden's going to trade his ass for 2 first-round picks again. There's something in my gut that tells me that could happen, even though I know it would piss a lot of people off. But at the same time, I mean, you guys seen how big of a difference it makes having him out there. And I don't know. I don't want Gruden to blow this one. I don't want him to screw this one up. I think that kid has a ton of potential out there. One of the big things that I do think about him was he was feeding a lot off of Buckner. And I think having a new defensive line coach in there, which I don't truly think that dude's coming in here to coach this D-line, but it is what it is. I'm hoping he has that same intensity. I truly don't think he's going to take a step back just because he's that kind of player that's just going to keep pushing himself and really trying to move forward. I'll catch up what's going on, dude. So let me know what you guys think about that. Tell me your thoughts on Max Crosby. That's the first thing I have for you guys. And I will say this right now, and I know I'm not comparing these two dudes like he's better than him, and I'm going to go there, even though it's going to piss a lot of you guys off. Khalil Mack had 47 tackles, just like Max Crosby. He had 8.5 sacks, so Crosby had more sacks than Mack did. And then he had 5 forced fumbles and 4 passes deflected. So, I mean, Crosby's up there, dude. That was his rookie damn season. I really see this dude being a true superstar, especially if we keep building this defense, because the stronger this defense gets, the better and better he's going to end up looking out there. So let me know what you guys think about Max Crosby, man. I do not want to see him end up on a different team. I think we need to do whatever we have to do to keep him. I think he's going to be a major factor with this team moving forward. and I want to keep him on this roster. So let me know what you guys think about that. I know last episode that I filmed, there was a pretty big delay between me talking and then you guys catching up, because I just go live. I just click the button, I go live, and I bring it to you guys. So I'm going to wait a few minutes. Not a few minutes, but we'll chill out until I start getting some comments rolling in about Max, and then we'll start discussing those, and then we'll push on to the next topic. Ketchup says, Max Crosby was weak from what I remember. Mayock told him he needed to lift weights, right with his draft phone call. And he did. That's the damn thing, dude. And Mayock talked about that tonight. That dude put on 12 straight pounds of muscle. That is a fucking drastic difference through training camp and then going into the season. Like, 12 pounds of muscle, that is a lot. That changes you, like, dramatically. Like, dramatically. If I put on 12 pounds of muscle, I'd be sitting here like, hey guys, sounds like Joku. Be talking shit. Because that dude, he's a big dude. Mayock did tell him that. And he went out there and he said, he followed the nutritional plan, hit the weight room real hard. And that dude, he's willing to put in the time and he's willing to put in the effort. And that's what ends up making these dudes truly, truly great. Oregon said, yeah, he did. He put on 10 to 15 pounds. Dude, he came out there and showed up and ended up putting out a good bit of weight and putting out a season that nobody expected, dude. Max Crosby is a very, very bright spot on this team moving forward. And I'm telling you, him and Farrell, and I know there's a lot of guys that shit on Farrell, and we'll get to him next week. We're going to talk about Mayock next week too. But those two dudes had the potential. I'm not going to call them salt and pepper. I'm just not. I don't like that shit. It makes me laugh, but they need a way better name than that if they're going to end up being a true tandem out there. Ketchup says, last time I was typing and trying to respond to you and switch topics. Haha. Yeah, I know, Ketchup. That's what I was saying, dude. It was hard, man, because there was such a delay, and I'd be sitting there talking, and then all of a sudden I'd be going back. So I'm just trying to chill out a little bit. So I might be rambling on, but I really want to hear from you guys on it. Max and Jonathan are the future stars. Dude, Abram is a beast. Like a true freaking beast. We're going to add on the list. We're going to put him on next week's episode too. So we're starting to fill up a little bit. But I'll tell you, man, between those two dudes, you know what they need? They need a freaking linebacker in between them. So we have all three levels. And we're going to get that shit. I know we're going to get it. And I'm super happy about that. All right, that's what I got for you guys on Crosby. I'm not going to lie. If you guys got anything else, throw it out there. If not, we're going to go ahead and move on to Josh Jacobs. Got to keep Carl. Oh, dude, Oregon. And I've said it before. I've given Carl Joseph some shit on this channel. But you think about it, and everybody's like, and I've done it myself, like, Carl's been through so many different coordinators and learning different systems. Joseph has been through that same exact shit. And this dude, you see it at the second half of every season he plays in. Once he starts to get it, he's lights out, like truly lights out. I love Carl Joseph. I truly hope we re-sign him. I really think we can get him on a friendly deal to where he'll still definitely be with this team, because I don't think he's going to go out there demanding a bunch of money, because he's been playing good, but he hasn't been making the highlight reels to where other teams are out there like, shit, man, we want Carl Joseph. So I really think he's definitely going to stick around on this team. I think that's going to be a really big deal for us. I truly love that kid. If we get rid of him, man, I'll be pissed about that. I'm not even going to lie. There'll be a whole video of me just sitting here bitching about how we got rid of Carl Joseph and how big of a difference he made. I really think him in the second year of Gunther's system, for much as you guys hate Gunther, his system, I know a lot of you guys say that it's really basic. It's really not that basic. He's just having to play it real basic because he has so many new faces in there that are trying to learn this system, and players getting hurt and getting shuffled out. You saw how much better this defense was when Vontaze was out there. And I'm not saying it's because of Vontaze, but Vontaze has a full concept of this defense. And that shit makes a huge difference, because I'm telling you right now, he made Morrow look like a damn superstar when he was on that field. And then as soon as he was off of it, Morrow went back to just kind of being himself. So I hope we see him as a backup next year. I'd like to keep him on the team, but I'd like to see him not in the role where he's our starting linebacker. So that's all I'll say about that. Got to keep Carlo. Good point. Never thought of that. Sorry, Caps. Oregon, man, I thought you were just real excited, dude. Not going to lie. I was really, plus it's easier to read, screaming at me. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. let's move on to Josh Jacobs. I can't see what you guys are seeing on the screen, but I will go ahead and give myself a quick little shout out. I know those graphics are easy as shit for a lot of people, but I'm still learning all this. So I hope you guys enjoy that. That shit actually took me a decent amount of time since I am still learning. I'm sure it'll get easier as I go, but it is what it is. So, I mean, I'm trying. I'm truly trying for you guys. Ketchup. If we get Carl cheap, I like him. If he wants to get paid, I get it. Trade for him for the second and third. I mean, I would probably trade for him, or I would take a trade for him if we could end up getting like a second rounder for him. I wouldn't want to go as low as a third. I think Carl Joseph coming out there would have a way, way bigger impact than a third round draft pick. And I think our safeties are pretty much set at this point. If we can get them healthy, get one more dude out there, either in free agency or drafted, that's actually a player that can go out there and make a big difference. Not another DJ Swearinger, even though I built that dude up just to end up seeing him get cut a few weeks later, which kind of pissed me off. But at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. The dude didn't show up and play. So, I mean, if you're not going to show up and play, you got all the talent in the world, you can't make a big-ass difference. I mean, it sucks. It's truly, truly sucks. But I think our safeties are good to go right now. But I agree with both of you guys. We need to keep him out there. We have to keep Carl Joseph on this team. All right, I'm pushing on to Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs only started 13 games for us this season. He had 242 attempts, 1,150 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4.8 yard average, 20 catches for 166. Josh Jacobs is a fucking phenom, dude. I'm telling you, it's been like the past probably 3 or 4 years. The number one running back taken off the board has come out in the NFL and been a fucking superstar, like a superstar. And Jacobs is no exception to that. That dude is a huge, huge pickup for us. They didn't run the shit out of him in Alabama, so he has a lot to prove. This dude's going to end up getting a fat contract. This dude's going to end up being a Raider for a long, long time. The only knock that I have on Josh Jacobs, and I really don't, it's not knocking him, it's more on the coaching. I really want to see him get more involved in the passing game. He has good hands, and if you can get him in open space with the shit that he does on the field, it's amazing. Like, truly amazing. I love watching this dude play. It blows my mind every time he gets the ball in his hands. And I know that he had a few missed pitches and it ended up being big turnovers for us. This dude is a rookie, man. He's learning the system. Dude only had one true fumble on the entire season. I love this kid. I really want your opinions on it. I truly don't expect anybody to go out there and start talking shit about Josh Jacobs just because, I mean, the kid's a superstar, man. And he's a major piece that this offense needed. You figure the last really, really good back that we had, in my opinion, was Latavius Murray. I thought he was fucking awesome. I was really pissed when we ended up getting rid of him. And then before that, it was like McFadden. So, I mean, having Josh Jacobs on this team, having him as a rookie, having him play injured, and then working through injuries with that bullshit shoulder injury, and then keep playing just to prove that he was that guy. I'm shocked this dude doesn't have Rookie of the Year right now. Like, truly, truly shocked by that. I don't get it. I really think he should get it. If he doesn't, it is what it is, but he deserves it. He truly deserves it. Ketchup, I like Jacobs, I really do, but I want another running back. The only reason I want a scat back is so we can have another weapon. We need so many playmakers on the field. We just go ahead and get into Oregon here. Jacobs is what we all wanted D-Mac to be. He reminds me of Napoleon Kaufman, but stronger, and that's straight facts right there. His burst is great, but his top-end speed seems average. He gets caught from behind, but he is a stud. I mean, all that shit's true right there. I will tell you, I would love to see another running back come in this offseason. I really think Isaiah Crowell is a fucking huge addition to this team that we never got to see. I think he could end up being like the perfect complement for Josh Jacobs. I think he's going to end up making this team next season, either as the third or fourth running back. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I love Jalen Richard and I love Washington. If we got rid of both of those backs and we brought in just a big-ass bruising back and we kept Crowell, and then we got the fucking fullback that we all truly love, and then probably one more back after that, which I'm really hoping is Jalen Richard. I think Washington was kind of playing for a spot next season. I think he definitely earned that with another team. I do not see him sticking around with Oakland. as much as it sucks to say, but I mean, he is. He's Josh Jacobs, just not as talented as Josh Jacobs. I think he's going to end up finding another home, but I want a big-ass running back in there. Somebody that can come in there and just truly pound the fucking ball straight down somebody's throat. So that way, every time Josh Jacobs has to come off the field and that defense is completely winded, we have somebody that can go out there and just truly stuff the ball down their throats. That's a major part of Gruden's offense, a major, major part of it. And I truly think that we're going to go out there and get that other running back to just really complement him, but not in an identical way, in a way to where it's just a completely different change of pace, to where when we have our 3 tight end sets out there and then we have our big ass running back in there, you know that we're getting 3 or 4 yards no matter what, because we're going to destroy some people. I like D. Washington. Let Jalen go. We need a big boy to do the Crockett pounding at the goal. That's it. You'd rather keep Jalen? You'd rather keep Jalen over Washington over Jalen? The only reason I doubt that, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but Jalen's still that dude that's coming in every third down and handling those carries for us. And that's big in Gruden's mind. It truly, truly is, just because he knows every block he's supposed to make. And he's actually pretty damn good in protection. And in my opinion, Jalen's proven that he can catch the ball a hell of a lot better than Washington can. And on those third downs, when you just need something quick, or shit, we've seen Jalen catch a ball over his back shoulder and end up going for like 35, 40 yards. Ends up making a big, big difference. Jalen likes to fumble. That is true. Jalen does like to fumble. He has coughed that ball up more than a few times. He's really bad about getting stripped, where somebody will just come in behind him and either pop it out from underneath or just literally slap the shit out of that ball out of his hand. So I'm curious to see that this offseason is going to be big for our running back position. It truly, truly is. And they might end up go ahead and getting rid of Crowell too, just because he hasn't played for him, and bringing in like 2 different backs. So I'm curious to see how this whole thing plays out. I really don't know how it's going to be. I mean, you got Mayock and Gruden in there. There's no telling how the hell that's going to end up working out. Those dudes have a mind of their own. We saw that with their first round pick last year. In my opinion, it worked out, but in a lot of your guys' opinions, it did not. Or we can say better said, and keep the cheaper option. I really don't know who will be cheaper next season. There's a lot of teams out there that I do know have been eyeing Jalen for a minute, just because he does understand the concepts of football and he does make some pretty big plays at times, and I could see him wanting to move on or at least test free agency. As far as I know, I don't think he's on our free agency list next year. I think I had that wrong. But if he is, I'll take it. I mean, if he is and somebody else is better is out there, I'm willing to shuffle it around right now, because we have Josh Jacobs as the number 1. And one of the other things Mayock was talking about today was just depth and just having the players back there to make the difference for when people do get hurt. So I want to see how this plays out. All right. Next thing is our number 1 receiver. Hey, I thought they were both free agents, but then when I did our free agent list breakdown and I went to that Raiders website and I was going through it, Jalen wasn't on that list, but at the same time, that website, it misses a lot of players, especially when it's doing the depth chart and stuff. So he very well could be, and I truly thought that he was, but he wasn't on that list, so I didn't want to be wrong about it. I'm pretty sure you're right about that, though. All right, so let's push on to the number 1 receiver spot. And I talk about this shit a lot, and you guys give me a lot of shit about this, especially Gorbed out there, that one player is not going to make that big a difference on your team. So I really wanted to go ahead and just kind of put my opinion out there and explain this to you guys as exactly what I'm seeing with it. When you do not have a true number 1 receiver out there, that means your supposed number 1 is just in single coverage, which means you can completely double cover Darren Waller. You don't, for much as I love Renfro, I mean, he's a rookie receiver. There's no reason that you ever have to double him. And so then you have the extra people in the box to stop Josh Jacobs. And it sucks, man. It sucks. It hurts us a lot. You have to have that number 1 guy out there that's going to demand double coverage every time he's on the field. And whether it be somebody like Hopkins, Julio Jones, every time those guys are out there, they're getting the extra attention. And it opens up the running game. It opens up your other positions. It opens up your number 2 receiver unbelievably. I'll tell you right now, Ty Williams would have had a season that was fucking lights out if he had a number 1 receiver behind him. And I really think he stepped up and played a damn good year playing our number one spot, but he's not a number one receiver. And it's forcing defenses to play us a completely different way than they normally would. And that's my biggest point about this is when you have the extra person in there, the fact that Josh Jacobs had the season that he had with the defenses that we were facing as far as the way that they were playing our team just completely fucked us in so many games because it forced us to be so one-dimensional at times because, honestly, they can double-team two people. So if you double-team Williams and you double-team Waller, all of a sudden our passing game has come down to Renfro on a short pass or our running back or fucking Foster on like a quick little in, and that's what's forcing all these dink and dunks, and that's another big thing that's hurting Carr out there. So think about that shit. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you think I'm completely off base, let me know. But I really think that the way that teams play us is a major reason why we have some of the games like we do have, to where we end up just getting completely blown out because it makes us so fucking one-dimensional that they're able to just take away weapons at their will, and that's what ends up killing this team in the long run. So I really want to hear from you guys on that. Let me know what you think about that. But I think that is a true desperate need for us. And I know a lot of you guys want to draft a wide receiver out there at the number one spot. And I'd rather have a veteran guy come in there. I know for a fact Julio Jones asks for more money every season. I know the Falcons are starting to get sick of that shit, but they signed him to a 2-year deal. So I don't see him coming over, but we need a big name like that. We need somebody like that. I personally thought it was going to be Landry coming over from Cleveland. A lot of people are talking about Odell wanting out of there. I do not see us trading for Odell. I do not think that shit's going to happen. The wide receivers we have are nice, but they complain about the refs. I don't want probably AJ Green, though, too fragile. We need a vet wide receiver. I'm guessing we trade for number one draft and draft one. I don't want AJ Green too either. I do not. I think that dude is past his prime at this point. He is not going to go out there and be that number one that we need out on the field. And I do not think he's going to get the respect that he used to deserve coming out there once people start seeing him play. But I agree that we need to bring in a vet wide receiver. I would love to see us bring in a vet wide receiver and then draft another one out there. But the dude that we draft, I want to be like a true speed demon return type guy, because we're going to end up losing Harris, and we're going to need somebody to fill that return game. I did not like seeing Renfro back there or Nixon returning punts and kicks. That shit was not too cool. I did not want to see that happen. Your spot to need to stretch the field, Ruggs or Riggins, would be awesome at 12 or 19. I would take both those dudes. I'm not saying I'd take either one of those dudes. We need somebody like that. I mean, we all saw what Brown did for the Ravens coming out there. He was just a dude that came out there and was like, oh, you want me to go deep 30 times a game? That's fine. I don't care if I only catch 1 or 2 a game. I'll run this fucking length of the field and stretch that defense every fucking time if you want me to. And it worked. It worked. That dude ended up having a killer rookie season. And he's that speed guy, dude. He's like a little fucking Tyreek Hill out there, just running around. I will tell you, those dudes they have the potential of getting injured, but the big play potential on the back end is huge, and you have to have that. Some shit we don't have on this team right now. Hey, what's up, Richard? How are you, dude? I really think Isaiah Simmons falls to us because they don't want to know where to put him. That's very possible. That is very, very possible. But like I said, when it comes to Gruden and Mayock doing a draft, there is no telling what these dudes are going to do. Like, no telling. So I'm so excited about that draft. You guys have no idea. And I'll tell you, man, when it comes to draft night, I'm going to be sitting here watching that shit. And we're going to make some magic happen on draft night. And I really think we're going to end up trading a few of those picks. I think at least 1 or 2 of those third-round picks you're going to end up seeing disappearing, either to move up on the board or just to end up bringing in some more veteran players out there. Because, I mean, one of the other things Mayock mentioned tonight was there's a lot of people and a lot of agents calling the Raiders right now because people want to take advantage of that state tax, which is 0. So you could see a big, big shift. And that facility that they built and where those players are going to be living and training is fucking insane, dude. It's like luxury. Those dudes want that shit. I want Simmons. He would change us, dude. He would. But I don't know. I'm not going to call anything out. I don't like to make predictions and shit like that. I want to see what they do. If we can trade our first rounds and stack more picks, I trust Mayock with them. I would too. But I don't see us trading. I see us maybe trading one of those picks. But it would end up being for something big. That would end up being a pretty damn big trade. I really think Mayock loves his draft picks. I think he truly, truly, truly loves those draft picks. And I think he's going to go out there and end up making just a splash in the draft once again. So, I mean, a lot of these guys that you saw him pick last season outside of the first round, you're like, well, I mean, he could end up being every fucking one of those dudes started and made an impact. So if we can get another dude like Abram in the first round or something like that, take that shit, dude. I think Mayock is more of a best player on the board kind of guy as far as just going after different positions, because I think he knows he can cover that in free agency, and I think he's really going to be focused on depth. So I'm so fucking excited, dude. Hey, Rob, what's going on, dude? Hello, Great Raiders channel. Keep it up. Man, I appreciate that. I truly do. Daniel Jones. Who's that running back we picked up from the CFL? Is he still on the team? I truly don't know. I'm not going to lie to you, Daniel. I apologize for that. I do not know who that is. I like your channel. Love DBZ too. Me too, dude. So excited about Super coming back out. You have no idea. I'm probably going to end up making some videos about that shit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That show is one of my favorite shows. I've watched that shit since I was a little fucking kid, since it pretty much started. So, Daniel, way to love that channel. I love your channel too. Looking forward to free agency and how Vegas will affect our signings because of the no sales tax. Dude, I'm telling you, that no sales tax, I don't think you guys, like the nation as a whole, realizes how big of a difference that is on somebody's paycheck, man, and their taxes at the end of the year. That is huge, especially when you're talking about the amount of money that these dudes make. So the Raiders are going to be getting some phone calls. The Raiders are going to be getting some talent because, I mean, let's face it, dude. NFL players' careers are not the longest careers out there. These dudes go out there, they end up getting hurt or something ends up happening to them. They never get that big contract. You want to get as much of your money as you can when you're out there. When you're out there. So, fuck yeah, dude, bring it to Vegas. That alone is gonna change the talent level on this team. Richard, I really want Clowney. I would love to see Clowney on this team. I don't think Seattle's going to let him escape out of there. I think they're going to end up going ahead and signing him. He ended up playing a really, really damn good season for him. And I think Clowney's getting to the point to where he wants a championship. I think he'll take a team-friendly deal. But if he was end up wanting to come to Oakland, dude, I would take him in a fucking heartbeat. I think that would be huge. Bensman, Sims will be gone by 12. I truly agree with you there. But Mayock's going to grab the two best players on the board in the first round, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have at least one wide receiver in it. I would like that, Benz. If we had either 12 or 19 as a wide receiver and then a linebacker, that would be like my fucking perfect draft. I'm not even going to lie. Curious to see how they play that out. That's why Jalen Ramsey wanted to come, not because he wanted to be a Raider. That's straight facts, dude. But that's the thing that I'm talking about. Even a dude like Jalen Ramsey, he's going to come out there, he's going to play, he's going to try to earn that paycheck, and he's knowing that he's getting paid more than he ever was before. Just because of that, man, I would have fucking taken Jalen Ramsey. I'm not even going to lie. Imagine pairing him with Mullins and then having Worley freed up to do whatever the hell you want, plus our safety crew. That would have been fucking massive. Rob, excited to see the CFL All-Star LB Derek Moncrief and how he performs in training camp. They've been talking about him a lot. I've seen him on ESPN a pretty good bit lately too. I'd really like to see how that pans out. Mayock said he was at the East-West game all week this past week. So I guarantee you, he said they have scouts out there. A lot of people are going to be watching that kid. Man, Andy is at a downward spiral. Dude, that dude, I feel for that dude. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to talk too much about him because he truly, truly pissed me off. But I will say this, for as much shit as he catches on YouTube and Facebook and all that shit, I truly think that something's messed up in that dude's head. And all I am going to say is I truly hope he ends up getting the help that he needs. Something's fucked up there. It's not right. He wasn't like this before. something's messed up with his brain, and he has to get that shit worked on. And I truly, truly hope that he does, because that dude's a special talent. He does not deserve. I mean, he does deserve it because he's bringing this shit on himself, but it's not right. There's something not right there. I'm telling you guys that right now. And for as much as I hate that dude, I wish him the best, and I hope he gets the help that he needs. What are your thoughts on getting a better backup for Trent Brown at right tackle? Trent Brown's a fucking superstar. I know he made the Pro Bowl. I think we overpaid for him. Man, a lot of you guys don't agree with this. I like Parker. I really do. I've said it before. That dude's learning that tackle swings, or the swing tackle position. That's hard as shit to do in the NFL. But I mean, we re-signed good. I could see us bringing in another lineman. I think it'll probably end up being through the draft. I think it's going to end up being late in the draft. But when our offensive line is completely healthy, which we fucking saw that shit like 1 or 2 times this season, but when they are completely healthy and they are all playing strong, they're pretty damn good. The biggest doubt, question mark that I had, and I know he was fighting injuries, Gabe Jackson does not look like he has looked in the past, but he might have just had an off season. That might just be in my head, but I truly think our offensive line is set right now. I'd like to bring somebody in late, just get them training, just get them out there. But I think even our depth at offensive line, because I mean, we saw how many people went down, our offensive line still held up pretty well. I think we're looking pretty damn good about it. So I'd like to see our picks and our free agency honestly go to our defense for the majority of it. Ketchup, AB is training to fight Logan Paul. Man, I saw some shit about that. I didn't think it was real. If that is real, that cracks me up, man. I'm not going to lie. I would pay to watch that fight just to see how that shit happened. I do not think that dude needs to take any more hard shots to the head, but at the same time, I don't think Logan Paul is going to be dropping any of those shots to his head. Sorry, guys. I can't get excited about CFL players. If they were solid, they'd be in the NFL. That's honestly how I feel about a lot of the dudes in the CFL, and that's how I feel about a lot of the dudes that we pick up after free agency's over, that you just kind of grab mid-season, like your Comptons and those guys out there. It sucks to say, but if they were that good, they would be on a roster right now. You'd be having to trade for them. Do you think Josh is going to get... maybe you misspelled. I don't know what that is. Richard, my bad. He's better. I do think Jackson is fully healthy right now. He is right now. He finished the season fully healthy, and I think rolling into next year, if we can keep everybody healthy through training camp, is going to end up making a huge difference for us. Like a huge, huge fucking difference for us. Rob, Southern Oregon. Look at the videos on running back William Stanback. He is really fast. CFL running back. He could be a great pickup. I think we have... I know a lot of you guys were just talking about Josh Jacobs' speed and everything, and just having that truly like super fast back out there. I'd rather see a power back. Gruden's defense is not really built to have that speed guy. What he needs as far as like speed goes, Josh Jacobs can handle all of that shit. He can take care of it for us. We need that dude that can come out there and just pound the ball, like truly fucking pound the ball, like we were talking about before. If we can get Lamb and Higgins or Riggins third in the first round, would you do it? Yes. Yes, I would. And I would honestly probably do it in that order. We need one. We need one of those dudes on this team. I want to go wide receiver linebacker. We have to. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yes, sir. I believe that's what he meant. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, Josh Jacobs deserves Offensive Rookie of the Year. The fact that he played through injury, he didn't even play a full season, and he put up the stats that he put up. Tell me a rookie out there that's better than him on the offensive side of the ball that showed up this season that deserves it more than him. I truly cannot. Rob H., look at the talent he is at the running back. Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of it. I'm not picking one side of this or the other, but you put Josh Jacobs in the CFL, that dude's going to fucking run for fucking 2,500 yards and probably have 14 touchdowns. I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, I'd have to look it up. I have no idea how many dudes. I know there's been one or two that have come over from the CFL. I mean, shit. We had a dude come over from the XFL the first time it broke up, and he ended up being a superstar in the league. Some dudes have that fucking talent level, and they just never get the chance for whatever reason it is, whether they went to a small school or whatever. So, I mean, anything can happen. I'm willing to give anybody a shot if it's going to end up making a big difference for this team. War Moon, CFL, and NFL Hall of Fame. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you never know. War Moon was special fucking talent, man. You can't really argue about that. All right, let's keep pushing on here real quick. A broken clock. All right, that is true. A broken clock is right 2 times a day. I feel like we're going to draft Herbert from Oregon because he's Gruden being a QB junkie. I don't think he's going to make it to us. I truly don't. I think if we end up taking a quarterback in this draft, as fucked up as it sounds, I really think we're going to end up taking Jalen Hurts if he makes it all the way to the 3rd. But even that, I don't see him falling. I don't see us picking up a quarterback at all through this offseason. I've talked about it before. I really think we're going to end up riding with Derek Carr, and then Carr's going to keep the backups that we have, except for Matt Glennon. Glennon's going to end up being gone off of this team. I think Kaiser's going to end up being our number 2, and then he still has a true fucking love for that shitbag that's our 3rd right now. And he's an IR, so I'm curious to see if he comes back. But something tells me with Gruden's love, he's definitely going to. Byron Jones, if he's available. Byron Jones is possible if he's available. You know who I'm really hoping? I'm hoping we get that fucking linebacker from Oklahoma. His name escapes me right now, but that dude is a fucking beast, like a beast. And that's who I want to see us take with that number 12 pick. We don't need another QB. No, we do not. I totally agree with you. No doubt QB outside of Dan Fouts has made it to the NFL. Oregon, that sucks, dude. But think about what Fouts did out there. Just go back in history. Take a little trip back there. All right, let's go ahead and push out real quick. Let's start talking about Darren Waller real quick. Darren Waller had 90 catches. He had 1,145 yards, 12.7 yard average. He only had 3 touchdowns. Darren Waller, to me, is a fucking freak that we ended up plucking off of somebody's team that is a true fucking superstar. He had his sketched out past. I do not think he's going to end up going back to that. I think he is trying to prove something to everybody. He just got paid. His contract's going to end up hitting as soon as he gets into Vegas. So that dude's going to end up having a hell of a lot of money. I think he's going to be a Raider for a very, very long time. And I'm telling you right now, the biggest fucking difference of us getting a number 1 receiver is going to be Darren Waller just exploding even more than he did this season. I think you're going to see his tight ends increase dramatically next season. He's going to end up being a true superstar for us. I know a lot of you guys wanted to talk about him because, I mean, he can block, he can catch, he can go deep. And I mean, he's a wide receiver playing tight end, but he's fucking massive, dude. He doesn't have the breakaway speed that I would like to see him have, but at the same time, he's a fucking tight end, so you can only ask so much out of the dude. But he stepped up and ended up being like our true number 1. But he's playing that tight end spot, which still allows defenses to completely fuck us because he's coming off the line instead of being spread out wide. And when we did spread him out wide, he ended up playing huge for us, like huge. So let me have it, man. Let me know what you guys think about Waller, because I'll tell you right now, I'm going to end up getting 2 jerseys, and it's going to be a Waller jersey, and it's going to end up being a Josh Jacobs jersey, because those are 2 dudes that I guarantee are going to be on this team for a good minute. So let's hear it, guys. What do you think about him? Good call on Rashard. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one right there. Waller's a stud. Kenneth Murray linebacker. That is, yes. Kenneth Murray. Thank you, dude. That dude is a fucking beast. I want him at 12. I'm not going to lie. I didn't mean to go backwards there, but 2 guys, Byron Jones and Chris Jones. Get the Jones boys out there. Mayock and Gruden were smart and extended him for 3 years during the season. It would have cost us more if he went to free. Yes, that shit would have fucking cost us a hell of a lot more. But at the same time, I'm sure they sat him down and they were like, you can get this in free agency, but you can take this amount here and still have the exact same amount of money because of the taxes. And he was like, okay, hell yeah, I'll take that because you guys gave him my second chance. I think he's truly loyal to this team, and I truly love that about him. How much dinero do you think Mahomes is about to make, and how do you think it's going to affect the Kansas City's team? Man, that dude, you got to figure with where the market's at right now. You look at Carr's contract a few years ago, and then the contracts that have been getting signed Mahomes is about to get paid enough money to where it fucks a team completely up. And I do not see Mahomes taking a team-friendly deal. I think he's going to want to go out there and get paid. I think Kansas City's going to go ahead and give him that money. But it's going to limit them. It's going to limit them a fucking shit ton. And I think it's really going to end up hurting that team in the long run. But there's no chance Kansas City lets him slip out of there. So I give him 2 more seasons. I see him re-signing Mahomes. They have 2 more years where they have the majority of that team locked up under contract. And then they realize, like, okay, Mahomes has all our money. And then they end up not getting the top-tier dudes anymore. And because of that, Mahomes is going to start to slip. And that team's going to end up going to shit. That's my perfect vision right there. Because I truly think that we're about to take this division over. And we're going to be the number 1 team for the next 5 to 7 years moving forward. I'm happy as shit about that. I'm not even going to lie. Glad we signed him quick and cheap. Waller is going to get better with the number 1 receiver. Yeah, dude, I mean, that is what it is. You get a number 1 out there, and all of a sudden they can't double Waller. Fuck, dude. Waller's going to end up going off. $60 million a year. I think that would be pretty damn close to it, to be honest with you. It's going to be an insane contract, like truly insane. 185 to 200 million is my opinion. Dude, then you're getting into, I mean, that's going to end up being probably that will be the biggest NFL contract ever, like ever. And at that point, if they don't do something with the cap at that point, and you have that much money locked up in one dude, you can't build a team like that. Also happy we re-signed Denzel Good and Richie Incognito. Good was huge for us. Incognito was huge for us. I think Incognito coming out there and honestly just being a leader and keeping his mouth shut and just going out there and doing his job is what got him re-signed. I like him. I don't like the shit that he does off the field, but on the field you need that asshole on your offensive line. Richie is that asshole, and I love him for it. So keep it up, Richie. I'm glad we got you locked out for another year or two. That Denzel Good, I thought he was a huge replacement for us, like a fucking huge replacement for us. I think he's going to end up being on this team for a good minute. He's still pretty young, and I think he's going to remain as a backup. I don't see him stepping up and taking one of the starting spots unless somebody like truly gets hurt. But that's going to be big for us, and I think Richie ended up having a big part of that dude coming up and really getting this offense. Richie helped with the development of Colton Miller per Raiders. That is true. He did. He truly did. And I'm telling you right now, he was helping out Parker tremendously too. I know Parker had another season where he came out there and really didn't show up like everybody was expecting him to, but that kid's going to be a Raider for a while. I'm telling you right now, it's going to make a big difference for us. Richie is solid. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, our offensive line as a whole right now is fucking pretty damn solid. I'm going to buy a Richie Incognito jersey. He's a stud. Still has the fire. He does still have the fire, dude. He truly does. But he just has that mindset, man. When dude's an asshole. I mean, it is what it is. Dude is an asshole. But if you're going to play the offensive line in the NFL, you pretty much have to be an asshole. So, I mean, take it for what it is. I'll take it because like I said, hate him off the field, love him on the field. Happy he's a Raider right now. And if he keeps doing what he's doing, dude, he can be a Raider for life. And I will take that shit all day long. So, do you guys have any final thoughts out there? Let me know what you guys are thinking. Probably going to end this video. We're getting close to 45 minutes. And first of all, thank you guys all that showed up. There's like 13 of you guys in here. This is like a fucking dream come true for me. I'm not even going to lie. Just being able to have a night where we could all bullshit Raider football is truly awesome to me. If you are in here and you're not subscribed, be sure to click that button because we're going to do this shit every Thursday, man. And then I'll come up with some topics. Next Wednesday, we'll go through it and we'll just kind of talk about what we're going to be discussing. Definitely going to break down Mayock and a few other things moving forward. So let me know what you guys think, man. If you have any final thoughts, put it out there. Probably end up taking a look at a few of these. They also extended Rodney Hudson as well. He's a great team captain. Dude, Hudson is fucking massive for this team. Him and Carr have a true relationship, and they are working damn well together. And I truly love to see that. You have to have an offensive line that believes in your quarterback. If you doubt me, watch Oakland fucking highlights from 2 seasons ago when they got fucking shredded. Good stuff. Keep it up. Catch up, dude, man. I really appreciate your support. You're always showing up. You in Oregon. And a lot of you guys, but those two especially have always been there, especially when I go live and I do these shows to just kind of help me build it and get the word out there. So mad respect for you guys, man. Thank y'all very much for that. there you go, guys. That's what I got for you tonight. Be sure to click the little bell icon so you know when I go live, because next Thursday we're going to do this shit again and we're going to keep it up forever. I appreciate everybody that watches this stuff, man. You guys have a really good night. I'm Son Joku. We will catch you guys next time.